Mm. Beloveds, when you come to understand that anything that you perceive becomes manifest, the seeming time that it takes for it to come to you, when you have the thought, when you have the desire, is based on how many energetic blockages you have placed between yourself and the manifestation of your thoughts and of these desires and of the things that you want. You are an infinite being that has been bestowed with the mind of God. And as you know, you are made from love. If what you desire is held as an intention within the mind and within the heart, with a desire that is pure and that is true, it will manifest for you so rapidly. What you have done, beloveds, is have allowed yourself to believe that time is real while you know that time is an illusion. And you have built up these roadblocks, these seeming hurdles that you must jump over in order to have what it is that you want. But once again, beloveds, understand that each of these instances are fraught with feelings that you have not been willing or allowed yourself to experience. So when you have feelings that are deep and feelings that are seemingly painful, we are asking that you bring your breath to the situation, as was discussed earlier. You bring your breath and you bring your willingness to experience the energy that moves. And know that it is done with love, beloveds. You are not meant to be trapped by it. You are not meant to be wrestled to the ground by it. You are merely meant for it to waft through you, to move through you. Whether is it at the speed of light or whatever other degree of velocity that you are willing to allow yourself to experience. The more that you allow yourself to feel, the more that you allow yourself to breathe into the emotions, beloveds, the more freedom you grant yourselves. For when you hold on to something, there is an action of selfishness that is in here, inherent in that moment, and inherent in that decision. You say, I must not experience this. And you are doing the antithesis of that by saying, I must not experience this. And yet, that is the very action that causes it to remain stayed for you, to then begin to be buried and to fester and petrify. Beloveds, grant everyone and everything in every circumstances the understanding that each being, each moment, each incident that happens to you is as God has intended it. And when you can take responsibility and say, all of this is what God has created to be perceived by me through my mind, through my eyes, through my experience of life, you can let go of the part of you that resists, the part of you that says, this should be different than the way that it is. This should not have happened this way. Holy goodness, this is not the way that I wanted it to be. It may not be the way you wanted it to be, beloveds, but it is in accordance with your beliefs. One moment. So allow yourselves to go within to the belief systems that you have and say, if this is not what I think that I want, what do I want? What did I mean when I agreed to experience this circumstance? What was I meant to learn? How was I meant to see love through this? For beloveds, understand that all of this is a landscape of love. Every instant, every conversation, every interaction that you have, every circumstance that you find yourself within, the good, the bad, and the ugly, are all lessons of love. You are being guided. You are being brought back to the memory of who you truly are. And all that you have ever done, beloveds, has been given the opportunity to love broadly and deeply and widely with all that you have. For that is all that you are. And you said, no, I think I will try to do what it is that God does. I think I will try to create something. What could I create? Well, God's already created love, so let me try pestilence and greed and insanity and kidnappings and murders and rapes and what else could I try? Yeah, God's already got love covered. Let me try everything other than love. And then there comes the day where you go, well, that was exhausting. What if I tried to be what it is that God created me to be? Ah, yes. What was that again? Ah, yes, a being of love. What if I tried to be exactly what God created me to be? What would that be like? It might be a little quieter, might be a little more peaceful. Hmm, what would it be like to be as God created me? Ah, what was that? Oh, yes, love. God created me as love, to be love, to give and receive love. I wonder what that would be like. I wonder what it would be like to look upon the eyes of everyone that I meet and see love. What would it be like to look upon the souls and the hearts of all beings and say, I see God within you? What if you could say, I see God without you? What if you could say, I see God in everything? What if you could say, I see God within me? Then you would see yourself the way that God sees you. Now, understand, beloveds, that that would indeed be the end of the game. But some of you are so steadfastly committed to continuing the game that you say, I'm willing to see God in 97%, but there's this 3%. I can't quite get there. Well, I have a solution for you. For that last 3%, call upon me, call upon the Holy Spirit, call upon those who can get you across the finish line. Be willing to be the very presence of love and life and laughter. Poke fun at yourselves, beloveds. Say, look at this mess that I have made. I have created diseases in my body. I have created madness in my mind. Everyone else is to blame. It's everyone else's fault. And then pat yourself on the back for a game well played, beloveds. For that is what it truly has been. But know, beloveds, that it is time for you to come. You are needed. Reach out for guidance. Call upon the Holy Spirit. Call upon me. Call upon the many who come to assist you in this journey. And come join us. For there are many who have only 3% of consciousness and 97% of unconsciousness, and they need our help. We are indeed here to be of service and to remind those of us who have forgotten. So come and stand with me, shoulder to shoulder, as we walk into the kingdom, and then we turn around and we say, would anyone like to join us? And let them come to us, beloveds. Let us go out and gather them, and let us remind them that this is merely a game, and a game that eventually everyone wins. My love and my blessings to you always, beloved ones. I will speak with you again.